Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The last time I had a chance to sit down and chat to you guys about this game was at E3, following my first time going hands-on. And if you missed that video, you can find it linked down below, but today we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Nintendo just wrapped up their Smash Bros. Direct, and during that, we got a ton of new information. New characters, stages, assist trophies, information on game modes, options, and so much more. So in the event that you missed it, or you just want a super quick roundup, then here are 7 new changes and additions coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Of course, if you do enjoy this video, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys thought. Now, kicking things off at number 1. Of course, we have new characters. Despite the fact that we already have a pretty big character roster, the biggest we've had to date, with all previous characters returning, they're still not finished. And even after today's announcement, there are still more to come. But during the Direct, we got to look at 2 brand new characters and a handful of Echo fighters, which is the name that they give to fighters based on existing characters with minor alterations to their movesets. The first new fighter is Simon Belmont from Castlevania. Some people already saw this one coming in light of a change to the Super Smash Bros. Medley this morning, but regardless, it's super cool to finally see in gameplay. He has his Holy Whip, the Vampire Killer, which gives him long reach, a little bit slower to activate, but it can also be moved around freely in a similar manner to Sheik's Whip from before. But on top of that, he also has his Axe, the Cross, Holy Water, and Uppercut as his specials, and his final smash is the Grand Cross. Then to complement Simon, we also have Richter Belmont as the Echo fighter, based largely on Simon, thus sharing many of the same moves, but like other Echo fighters, he does have his own unique look, voice, and animations, with a few subtle differences, so you can ultimately pick whichever one you like the best. But that's not all, there are a few more. Chrom finally entered the battle. I know a lot of people have been asking for this and hoping for this for a while now, so he too joins the Echo roster, as does Dark Samus, who looks really cool by the way, and again, while they're based on pre-existing characters, they do still have some subtle differences, as you can see with Dark Samus' missile as an example. However, to round it all out, at the very end of the Direct, we then got one final character announcement. What at first appeared to be a troll was actually a bit of a bait and switch. The new character is, in fact, King K. Rool, a completely new character with his own moveset and plenty of awesome and interesting looking abilities. So that's now another 5 we can add to the character roster. Moving on from there to number 2, a really quick point, and this actually ties in with the Echo Fighter system, but now when selecting characters from the character select page, you can actually have 2 options for how you want to display things. You can either display every single character as a standalone and select them from there, or you can choose to group Echo fighters with their origin character and then swap to them like that. Either way, you can still choose who you want to play with, but if you do find the character select screen a little bit overwhelming with all these characters, this might help streamline the process a little bit. Next up, number 3, morphing stages. This is a really cool new feature, and while it might not be something you use when you're playing those ultra serious Final Destination no item matches, it is something you might want to do when you're playing a little bit more casually. There are now 103 stages in Smash Ultimate, an insane number, and all of those stages have their default, Battlefield, and Omega forms. Now all stages can be played in 8-player mode as well as Omega if you wish. Plus, you can also turn off stage gimmicks if you would prefer. But more importantly, there's also a new stage morph feature, where you can select multiple stages and adjust the frequency that they'll change. Then midway through the battle, the stage will morph into one of the others. So if you have a few favourite stages, why not roll them all into one single battle? Then, in number 4, rule and mode changes. First and foremost, you can now save your favourite rule sets so that you can easily access them the next time you play, instead of having to adjust the settings each and every time. They also now added stamina battles in as one of the standard Smash modes, so if you feel like playing the game a little less conventionally, then that'll be more readily available to you. In addition to this, you now select stages before you select characters. This is a change to the typical flow. This way you can then pick your character based on the chosen stage, instead of, say, having a friend that might pick a stage after you've chosen your character because they know that you might struggle. Sudden death also now zooms in gradually as the battle ticks on. This helps to create this sort of sense of urgency to the sudden death battles and kind of pressure you into closing out the fight. Something else cool is that there's now a Final Smash meter if you want to play a little differently. Of course, if you do have items on and play the normal way, then Final Smash balls will still drop in like always. You grab it, use it, job done. But in a more traditional fighting game style, there's also an option for a Final Smash meter, which builds up over the course of the fight. And much like how if your super meter is full in a traditional fighting game, if your Final Smash meter is full, you can just use it like a special. It is worth calling out, no 2 Final Smashes will ever play out at the same time, but still, it's another fun twist to the way you can play the game. Then moving on from there to number 5, new battle modes. There's a new mode called Squad Strike, which can either take on the form of a 3-on-3 or 5-on-5 elimination battle. Each player uses 3 or 5 consecutive fighters in one battle, but you can also factor in other people into this if you want to take turns. There's also a more traditional tournament mode for those of you that want to set up tournaments with your friends or like parties. And then there's this pretty cool mode called Smashdown, where every time you use a character for the next battle, that character is knocked out of the character select screen and you're forced to pick someone else. So naturally, the longer you play, the fewer choices you have. Number 6, a brand new training mode. There's now a dedicated stage for training, complete with a grid to help you gauge distance, and also this super handy launch arc. When you throw or send a character flying, you have these 3 arcs. The first is the distance they travel if they're at 0%, the last is 100%, and in the middle is, well, somewhere in between. This also factors in the fighter's weight too, so if you want to get a better idea as to which of your moves are the most useful or effective when it comes to sending people flying, then this can definitely give you a little bit more granularity. Then finally, in number 7, a whole array of new assist trophies. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these in depth, you can check them out in the background, but there are a few I did want to call out specifically. We did see Shovel Knight, which is cool, but I was kind of hoping that we might one day see him as a fully fledged fighter, but still, it's nice to see him there either way. But more importantly, Rathalos enters the arena. I honestly didn't see this one coming at all, but Rathalos is now an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is pretty sweet. Of course, as a massive Monster Hunter fan, I'm completely cool with this. I do wonder whether this could hint at the potential for an actual Monster Hunter character a bit later, but then again, that is also probably just wishful thinking on my part. Now outside of that, there are of course a load of new stages too. We have a Castlevania stage to match the new Belmont boys, there are also new items for us to use, and new Pokemon to wreak havoc in battles. The game also boasts a whopping 900 music tracks, which equates to around 28 hours of music, and you can even listen to it with the screen off if you want to use your Switch as a portable music device. We also got to look at the main screen. There's a secret mode they're not ready to talk about just yet, but there's also a dashboard on the side for notifications, and what I imagine will be an easy way to hop online and hopefully invite your friends. But for now, that's pretty much it. That's a quick rundown of some of the new changes and additions coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Again, let me know your thoughts down below, and thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.